week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New England Patriots and the Salt Lake City Flyers. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Salt Lake City ball club. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they come in just in an absolute free fall. Losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Play action. It's Herbert. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From just shy of midfield, Herbert. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Herbert operating from the red zone. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are let out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off play action. Knight. And a quick throw here that's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Knight. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a fourth down.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The Patriots send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
They go play action here on first down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. To throw on second down. Knight toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Flyers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They run a draw here on 2nd down. On the move past the 40. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Herbert off of play action. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. 7-7, our score after 1. Salt Lake City with the football here to begin quarter 2. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that, Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 43. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
To throw on second down. Knight. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
6-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Knight. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Patriots ready to try again on offense. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Here's Herbert. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Knight. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. New England's offense set to go. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to throw here, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Herbert on 1st down now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From just shy of midfield, Herbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Herbert now. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On 4th down, Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to pick up a Patriots 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. They fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Cougars who have the lead. The Cougars still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Joe Burrow leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. The Chargers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for our home team, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Out of the gun now on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard. Yeah,
but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's able to work it here to the 80-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
They'll try to run this one in. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. What a play there by the first-round pick.
And, Brandon, that's why you invest in a linebacker like this. Not just his ability to make plays, but to make plays that get your defense off the field.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on second down. Knight. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10, down at the 33. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
To throw on second down. Knight. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Operating from the gun. Knight. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Well, the Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing again on second down. Herbert. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. From the gun, Herbert on third down. Escaping and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
That's the second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Patriots send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. Operating from the gun. Knight. Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. New England trying to get a place on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back live here now in Salt Lake City. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown, Patriots. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
He was brought down at the 26.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
As we pick up a 3, brings up second and 7 at the 42-yard line.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The offense on third down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Great 15-yard effort on the ground there on third down to keep the drive going.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Knight. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Well, let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 3rd down, Knight. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, here's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Herbert. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where...
Trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 27-20, just over a minute 40 to play. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's back to throw. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. And touchdown! A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Flyers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want from football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there? Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will get a good amount of yardage back on 2nd down, but the clock still runs. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. New England's offense set to go. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking middle, and that's complete. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time. Explosion plays always break the back of a defense. In overtime to put him in the red zone, that was huge.
I like your description there, because when you get an explosion play, now people are really scrambling on defense. Now they're looking to each other. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make a play? Offensive guys have the momentum. Now they're in the red zone. They've got to be thinking attack, trying to get it into the end zone.
Herbert back to the air. That is caught at the 7. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now it's Herbert. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. To the air again, Herbert. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And this one is right through, and they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Now a first throw here in overtime. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 32 on the play. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock in overtime in a 3-point ball game.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They wanted to avoid the dreaded 4th down and having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on 3rd.
I love how you described that because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to 4th down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball, being able to run it, all of that coming down to one big play. Very nice of them and nice for them to pick it up on 3rd.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And his kick is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Come on.
I'm back upbeat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
New England trying to get a place on offense. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and very rarely in the National Football League you tie. But that's what we had here. Each team with a field goal in the extra session, but nobody could separate.
I'm glad you went in that direction because I thought the next thing was going to be, and sometimes it rains, but that's not really the case here, right? Look, if this is college football, they keep playing. You know, they're going to break that tie and continue to go how many overtimes it takes. Postseason football, we're still playing. But it's the regular season. You get one extra period to decide it. This one, we get field goals on each side. And guess what? The end result's the same. Tie, off we go. Let's move on to the next one.